What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of IMHO. That's Kelcey. I'm Lang. And we're here to debate things around the NBA every single week. And this week, Kelcey, there was a lot of news around the return of the bald mamba to Los Angeles. Alex Caruso left the Lakers, went to the Bulls. Lakers wouldn't match his contract. He's on the Bulls now and went back to LA and got the win this week. But it reminded me of the importance of glue guys or role players, sixth men, whatever you want to call them, guys who maybe not starters, maybe some of them are starters, but maybe not your leading scorer, maybe don't lead in any statistical category, but make a big difference to the teams that they're on. There's guys like that all over the NBA, and they're important, and teams are willing to pay a premium, as we saw the Bulls do with Caruso. Who are your favorite glue guys / sixth men in the NBA right now?
That was so eloquent. You did so good. I got 3.
Okay.
How many do you have?
1, 2, 3. I have 5.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. My top 3.
Yeah.
Ranking in this order. 3rd, Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah.
Of the Utah Jazz.
Sixth man of the year. Reigning sixth man of the year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we agree with that one. I don't need to explain.
Yeah, he's on my list.
Number 2, Tyler Hero.
Ooh.
He's averaging 15, but he can also have those games where he has a lot more, and I feel like the team loves when he goes off.
Yeah.
Number 1 in my books, Drew Holiday. I don't know, I have a hard time sometimes calling him a role player.
Yeah, he's a little overqualified for a role player.
But if you look at the team that he's on, he's not the guy, right? Giannis is the guy. Chris Middleton is probably the guy. Drew Holiday comes in, and what does he have? 40 points a game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, but it's his defense really that lights the fire under this team. I would venture to say, no, he's not a sixth man. Yes, he starts, but he is a role player on that team.
Sure. I agree with, he plays a role in that team. When he was on the Pelicans, he was more like one of the main guys on the team. I think he still is one of the main guys on the Bucks, and he won a title. Some of the other names, I thought of another Bucks player, Bobby Portis. Just a guy who comes off the bench and does all the dirty work and does the little things you need done. And I love the way he plays. A guy who's a starter, I think, actually for the Blazers, Robert Covington. He's a guy who's never been one of those superstar level players, but I love the way he plays and just his commitment to doing all those little things. Kyle Anderson here in Memphis.
I was going to go with Kyle, honestly.
We've seen him start. We've seen him come off the bench. But I love his versatility and can play everything from point guard to center and guard every position on the floor and do anything you need done. Another dude who probably a little past his prime, Lou Williams in Atlanta.
Hey, my dog's namesake.
I know. One of those guys who comes in and just gets you buckets. And
he's won $1 million sixth man of the year, hasn't he?
Sure.
2.
I mean, Jamal Crawford is retired. He's not playing at this point, but Jamal would also fit into that category of the guy who just comes off the bench and can get you buckets no matter what.
Okay, so go into guys who are not playing anymore.
It's a natural transition. Nice job. Let's transition into our favorite all-time sixth man.
This one was fun to do.
Okay, let's go.
Number 1, Manu Ginobili.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were going to argue that he wasn't.
I have him tied for 1 on my list.
Okay, but we can agree that he was a role player.
He's got to be up there. Yeah, for sure.
Because he didn't start, there was times where he started, but he didn't start for a majority of his career. He's a 4-time champion, 2-time All-Star, 6th man of the year in 2008 or 2007 or 2008. His jersey's retired.
Yeah.
He was...
It's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah. He's good for someone who was not necessarily a starting point guard his whole career.
There's a move that he brought to the NBA that is still done today, the Eurostep. That's Manu. That without Manu, we have no Eurostep. I have him tied on my list with Robert Horry. I don't know who you have on there.
Oh, that's a good one.
Robert Horry was sort of the ultimate role player, won 7 titles with the Lakers and the Spurs, and had some moments, but the buzzer beaters. He was just an incredible player, and to me, he's sort of the definition of a role player. Who else did you have on your list?
Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
6-time champ.
He's too good for our list.
He's the same, I feel as a Drew Holiday. He wasn't the guy.
Don't tell him that.
The guy.
Have you seen some of his interviews lately?
No, okay, I'll just move on. You know what I just thought of? So I have this person on my all-time list instead of my current list, even though he's still playing. Whoops. Danny Green.
Yeah.
Danny Green has won
sure.
3 championships with 3 different teams, brought something to the table. He is an elite wing defender. I think over his career, I do think it's gone down, unfortunately, a little bit, but over his career, he was shooting like 40% from the field or from the 3-point line.
Yep.
I think Danny Green might go down as one of the best when his career is all done.
I think so too. I mean, now it's almost like there's these 3-and-D guys. Like that's sort of the epitome of what this role is. I had Jamal Crawford, another guy who's still playing, who's probably belongs on the all-time and the current list, Andre Iguodala. When he was on the Sixers earlier in his career, he was sort of like the guy, and by the time he got to the Warriors, he transitioned into sort of that 6-man role and, won a finals MVP and did some amazing stuff. But I think he's one of those guys who on a team can not be the man, but still be a huge part of what the team's doing. Also, I just threw in on my list, shout out to my former podcast co-host, Rick Fox. Won 3 titles with the Lakers as a glue guy. Shout out Canada.
Okay, my very last one is Vernon Maxwell.
Ooh.
Oh,
Mad Max.
10 teams. Yeah, I know he had a little behavioral issues, but put that aside. 10 teams. He held the record for most threes in a season at one point in his career. Again, not the guy on any team that he played on, but made impacts on almost every team that he played on until the end of his career, until he was out. On the court, I think he was a great role player.
Yeah, and now he's great on Twitter. If you don't follow him on Twitter, you got to follow Mad Max. Hey, those are our opinions this week. That's Kelcey. I'm Lang. For more, follow us on all our social channels and go to grindcitymedia.com. We'll see you next week.